Hello again. It's an anxious wait for the class of 2022 for their national senior certificate results. The Basic Education Department says it's on track to release the results and is calling on parents to keep supporting the class of 2022. Let's check the state of readiness now with Elijah Mhlanga, who speaks on behalf of the Department of Basic Education. Tatane Mhlanga, good afternoon and welcome to today. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. So, are you ready with these results of the Matric class of 2022?
Good afternoon, Tadan Moyan. Yes, we are. We're getting there. We have a management plan which guides us in terms of what we need to do on which day. So we are still on schedule, and the minister will still release the results on the 19th of January, but the results themselves will be accessible to the candidates the next day on the 20th.
So we've got 10 days to go from today for the issuing of the results. Has the marking gone very well? The last time you and I chatted on eNCA, we were worried about the impact of load shedding, for example, on the marking process.
Yeah, marking went well. In fact, all the other processes went well after the exam was concluded. Marking began on the 10th of December and it was concluded successfully on the 22nd of December. Thereafter, capturing took place. And now we are processing all the data. We've already had a session with Umalusi last week, what we call a standardization meeting with them, where they check all the information that we've given to them. We are meeting them again later this week in terms of the other reports that we need to give them. And we are really working towards finalizing all the processes and concluding the processing of the results so that we're able to give them to give the candidates their own results, which should be accurate, and that they need to get them in time at the place where they wrote the exam.
It might be too early to ask you this question, and I know you don't speak on behalf of Umalusi, but from a quality assurance perspective, as a department, are you confident that these results will stand up?
Yes, we are. I mean, we always knew that this year was going to be a challenge because we're dealing with a difficult group that went through a lot of challenges from 2020 when they were in grade 10, grade 11, they were still learning with masks. Grade 12, they came with a deficit in terms of the curriculum load. So we needed to support them, but we also saw an increase in the number of learners that were writing the exam this year, over 920,000 of them. Both full-time and part-time candidates. So we needed to make sure that we have all our ducks in a row so that we don't make mistakes. But in terms of having risen to the challenge, yes, we have, based on the work that we have done. The quality assurance in terms of security, in terms of the administration itself, yes, the results will be credible.
Yeah, there were a few incidents, one or two, I guess, of some leaks or suspicions of leaks and stuff, like some exam papers. Those have been settled and you've resolved them, or are you still busy with investigation? And how could they impact these results?
Well, Braden, the good news is that there was no leaking of any question paper whatsoever. So that's the good news. Yes, there was some good copying, which we are still investigating. When we meet with Umalusi later this week, we will be giving them a report of all irregularities around the country. In fact, we have a special meeting tomorrow looking into all irregularities so that we're able to finalize the report which should go to Umalusi so that they're also able to do their part as the quality assurance agency. So we're confident that all the matters that came up have been investigated. Where there's a need to further investigate, that will be done. But we will wait for Umalusi to tell us how to proceed from here because it is them who work on that part of the job in terms of the examinations.
Okay. Now, just on another subject, as we conclude, Tatane Mhlanga, the new school year is about to start this week for inland schools and next week for coastal schools. The Basic Education Department, are you ready for the new 2023 academic year?
Yes, we are. We are ready. We were ready from last year already because we make preparations towards the end of the year from about August, September. That's when we start seeing deliveries taking place where a need has been identified in terms of the top-up for stationery or even textbooks and workbooks. We do that and conclude. But of course, we know that there's that outstanding matter of admissions where there are still concerns with some learners not having been placed in schools, particularly in the cities of all our provinces. We are experiencing that particular challenge, but of course we know that there's Western Cape, which is under huge focus, as well as Gauteng, who are the provinces that are experiencing huge numbers of people that are coming through without prior notice that they want to enroll their children in those provinces. But we also have those outstanding parents who applied and were not placed, and the provinces are actually working towards ensuring that all those matters are sorted out as quickly as possible.
Okay, I promise this is the final one. Matric 2022, what's your message to parents who are also as anxious as the pupils themselves as they await the 19th of January?
Well, they need to support their children. They need to support their young people who are with them there at home with nothing to do because they're waiting for the results. But we say to them, we are close to releasing the results, so please stay calm, keep reading, engage yourself, don't idle, don't sleep the whole day, but find something and keep your mind active so that, you don't count every second that is passing, because that will only increase your anxiety. Rather do something constructive and stay safe. That's very important. Stay safe and make sure that when the date comes of the 20th, you go get your results. We know that we've also lost some of our candidates since the writing of the exams, others through accident and others in other ways. And we don't want to see something like that where people have worked so hard throughout their lives, get to Matric, write exams, and they can't get their results because they've unfortunately passed away. And condolences to the families of all those who have passed on.
Yeah, and by the way, what about those who may not pass, those who will fail? What's the advice from the department? What do they have to do? Come the 20th January, they haven't made it. What's your word on that? Yeah,
but then the reason we say our candidates must go collect results from the center where they set for the exam is because there will be advice there. The teacher will tell you that if you're a full-time candidate, please register right now, right here, so that you're able to register, you're able to write the second opportunity, which will come in May and June. And you're also able to get advice if you passed, but you're not happy with the results in terms of what you can do. So that's what you can do. You can register and write. The deadline for that will be the 15th of March. So make sure that you are ready. But please do that at least within the first 7 days, because you don't want to miss out on the rewriting opportunity. So when you don't succeed, not all is lost. Please make sure that you use the second Matric support program opportunity that is made available to you.
And the schools will engage with the pupils in that regard. Hence, it's important for them to go physically and collect their results. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's Elijah Mhlanga speaking on behalf of the Department of Basic Education. 10 days to go before the publication of the Matric results, of 2022.